Привit moi druzy. Hello my friends, my name is Darren Gerdes. I am a professor that tries to help you understand the context of what's going on in Ukraine. And I had an aha moment that I want to share with you, and it kind of verified what I already believed, but I wasn't, I don't have hard proof here, but I want you to hear what I'm about to show you. So I'm watching a nerdy video of it's on the Daily Wire of Jordan Peterson and Dennis Prager and Oz Guinness and a handful of other academics talking about the book of Exodus, because I am a nerd and this is the kind of thing that I do for fun. So I'm watching these guys talk, and by the way, so that the Daily Wire, because this is behind a gate, doesn't think that I'm just bad and stealing their stuff, you can go to the Daily Wire. I don't get anything out of this, but I'm showing this, so hopefully they don't pull the plug and say, hey, he's stealing this video. I'm not. I'm going to be showing you just this little clip from the Daily Wire. It's a 217-minute video, and I'm going to be showing you a 2-minute clip. But the context here is that these guys, these academics, like this guy's a Cambridge faculty member in philosophy. This is a Cambridge faculty member. The guy next to him in between is Oz Guinness, who's written multiple books. This guy over here is a college president. This is Dennis Prager, and this is Jordan Peterson. Okay, and so the context is they're going through the book of Exodus line by line and discussing it and talking about leadership and theology and other things along these lines. And they talk about Pharaoh and Moses going to Pharaoh and saying, let my people go. And in that process, they stumbled upon this really, really interesting part that Dennis Prager raises, and I thought, you know what, that's Putin. That's exactly what's going on. And I've said this before about Putin, but I think it's really helpful to understand and to hear it from the horse's mouth. So here we go.
And now things are worse rather than better.
Yeah, more tyranny.
Yeah.
This is, by the way, a recurring theme apparently with tyrants. When the Czech Jew assassinated, was it Heydrich?
Heydrich, yeah.
Was it Heydrich?
Yeah, 42.
And the Nazi official Heydrich, and so Hitler ordered all the men of that village at Lidice, right, in what was then Czechoslovakia, to be murdered.
Mm-hmm. Tyrants double down.
They double down. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
You catch that? Tyrants double down. And I've said this before, Putin's not going to quit. He has no reason to quit. Everything for him in his world goes worse if he does quit. He's going to keep going until he can go no more. Tyrants double down. It doesn't matter if it's Pharaoh in Egypt or if it's Hitler or if it's Putin. This is what I'm going to expect of his behavior. Now that gels with everything that I understand about misleadership or despotic leadership, and just let me hear just a little bit more and then we'll be done.
Can get cruel enough, you'll finally give in.
Well, they've already, this is partly why the Pharaoh's heart is hardened. If I've already convinced myself that I'm right, and the farther I've gone in convincing myself that I'm right when I'm not, the more price I have to pay if I admit that I'm wrong. That's right. So at some point it gets to the point where it's much easier to double down than to think, oh my God, I'm Hitler. Like, who wants to think that? Who wants to realize that?
You hear that? So Putin is going to double down. And I've said this before, and it sounds like a really strange thing, but Putin kind of thinks he's right. Like, not even Putin thinks that he's wrong. I know, don't tell me in your comments like, hey, you're saying Putin's right. I'm not saying that. I'm saying nobody thinks that they're the bad guy. Not even Putin. I would be willing to bet you he thinks he's doing something good, because we can rationalize all kinds of crazy, wrong, bad things. And I bet even Putin thinks he's the good guy here. So, okay, I've said this before, but I think that Putin's going to keep going and keep going. He's not going to be like, yeah, let me come to the table, this is a good idea, until he feels like he has no choice, that he's forced to do it. And that's my assessment. Tell me what you think. Am I right? Am I wrong? Is it true? From what I understand about leadership, and this is my field of study, it seems like this despotic and tyrannical leaders generally will keep going and double down until they're forced otherwise. This is why, and I've said it in a shorthand by saying, like, this is how bullies behave, and you have to deal with a bully like this because they don't speak any other language. They only understand power. And okay, so I'm not going to belabor it. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the coffees. Thank you for caring about Ukraine. I hope to see you again tomorrow.